So in this lecture, I'll be discussing the very first topic of formation of partial differential equation. So we form the partial differential equation by two methods. One is by eliminating arbitrary constants which are there in the function, and second is by eliminating arbitrary function. So this particular lecture is totally devoted for the first one, that is by we form a PDE, partial differential equation, by eliminating arbitrary constants. So let us understand the working rule for formation of PDE by eliminating arbitrary constant. So point 1 is you will be given some function which is a function of few variables. Say here we have variables x, y and z, and x and y are the variables which are independent and z is the dependent variable dependent on x and y. And we have the arbitrary constants, say a and b in this case. First step is to find the partial derivative of f. We have to find the partial derivatives of z with respect to x and y. So on finding the partial derivative of z with respect to x and y, we get the three relations, and these three relations are f x y z ab is equal to 0. Second relation is del f upon del x is equal to 0, and the third relation is del f upon del y is equal to 0. Now we have these three relations, and on finding these three relations we have to eliminate a and b using these three equations, or you say relation, which we obtained in step 2. So basically we have to find the derivatives, partial derivatives. We get these three and use these three to eliminate a and b. So when we form any PD by eliminating arbitrary constants, there are three conditions which arises. So in condition number 1, the number of arbitrary constants, this arbitrary constants is less than the number of independent variable. This means that the arbitrary constant, that is a and b, is always less than, say, if they are independent variable x, y and t, which are independent, and z is the dependent variable and it is dependent on x, y and t. So this gives rise to more than one partial differential equation of order 1. So if the number of arbitrary constant is less than the independent variable, you may get, different students may get different answers, and the answers will be of order 1. Condition 2 which you encounter is the arbitrary constants is equal to the number of independent variables. So number of arbitrary constant is equal to number of independent variable, and in this particular case, which is usually which we get, is we get a unique partial differential equation, and the answer in this case will be unique, and each student will be getting a unique solution, that is the same solution. And there will be condition 3, when the number of arbitrary constants is greater than the number of independent variable. Suppose we have the arbitrary constants as a, b and c, but the independent variables as x and y only. So in this case, arbitrary constant is greater than the independent variable. So in this particular case, the partial differential equation is of order, its order is greater than 1. For example, in this case we have three constants a, b, c, and the independent variable only x and y. In second case, where we are getting the unique partial differential equation, we have only two constants a and b and two variables, independent variables x and y. If we move to case 1, which we might get is Here the constant is only a and the independent variables are x and y. So in this case we'll get more than one partial differential equation. So we had taken 3 examples for all the 3 cases. Let us solve these 3 examples only to understand this. So example number 1, where z is equal to ax plus y. So as per the working rule, this is the equation given. So step 1 says differentiate it partially with respect to x, and on differentiating we get a. Next step says differentiate it, the same step says differentiate it partially with respect to y also, and we'll get 1. So now we have 3 relations, or you may say 3 equations, 1, 2 and 3. We have to use these 3 equations to get the answer. So let us eliminate a between 1 and 2. And this gives us z is equal to, we'll put the value of a in the first equation. So we put a is equal to del z upon del x from 2 in 1. We get z is equal to x del z over del x plus y. So since this doesn't contains any arbitrary constant, this is our solution. But when we see equation number 3, when we see this equation number 3, it is del z over del y is equal to 1. Since this does not contain any arbitrary constant, so this 3 is also a partial differential equation under consideration. That is, we may say that this may also be a solution. So in this way we have 2 solutions. Why this may also be a solution? This doesn't contains any of the constant and it is solved from 1. So we have 2 solution for condition 1 where we had only 1 constant and 2 variables. Let us move to second condition. In the second condition, we had 2 constants, z is equal to ax plus by plus a square plus b square. So when we write the solution, I'm not writing this equation again. Okay, let us write z is equal to ax plus by plus a square plus b square. Let us name this as equation number 1, and then as the working rule says, differentiate this partially with respect to x and y. Differentiate this partially with respect to x, we get a, and on differentiating it partially with respect to y, we get b. Let us name this as 2 and 3. Put the values of a and b from 2 and 3 in 1. We get z is equal to x del z over del x plus y del z over del y plus del z over del x whole square. What we are doing, we are putting the values of a here and similarly b here, plus del z over del y whole square. So this is our required solution. We have 2 arbitrary constant and 2 independent variable. That is why we are getting a unique solution. And now we are coming to condition number 3. So in condition number 3, the question which we put is z is equal to ax plus by plus cxy. So when we attempt this question, it can be easily seen that we have three constants, and the three constants are a, b and c, and the number of variables are independent variables are x and y. So obviously 3 is greater than number of independent variable. That is why this means that in condition number 3, the order of the PD is greater than 1. So step 1 says, this is our equation relation 1. We find the partial derivative of z with respect to x, and it is a plus cy. Let us name this as equation number 2, and we find the partial derivative of z with respect to y, and we name this as 3. Now we have to use these three equations to eliminate the constants. We can see that a in equation number 1 is coming in the form of ax. So let us write what is the value of a del z over del x? This is equal to ax plus cxy. Similarly, what is the value of y del z over del y? It is by plus cxy. So let us add 4 and 5. We add 4 plus 5. And then on adding these two, we get x del z over del x plus y del z over del y is equal to ax plus by plus cxy plus cxy. And what is the value of ax plus by plus cxy? This is our z from equation number 1. So we may put this as z. Now what is the value of c? We are unable to find the value of c, and we are unable to solve it. It means we have to go to higher order partial derivatives. So let us find del 2z del x square. Del 2z del x square, that is, we have to differentiate equation number 2, this equation, with respect to x, and there is, since no x in this, del 2z over del x square is equal to 0. Similarly, we will find del 2z over del y square also. That is, we have to differentiate equation number 3, that is this, with respect to y, and this is also coming out to be 0. Now let us find del 2z del x del y. That is, let us differentiate equation number 3 with respect to y, with respect to x. So we get the value of c here. So this is equal to c. Since this is equal to c, we may put the value of c here and get the answer. So let us put, if we name these equation 4, 5, and this equation as equation number 6, and this equation as equation number 7. So we write, putting the value of c from 7 in 6, we get students, it is x del z over del x plus y del z over del y is equal to z plus xy del to z del x del y. So this is the required answer. Since this falls under condition number 3, this question number 3 falls under condition number 3. So we have an equation which has order greater than 1, and when we move to the solution, since this is a solution and we see that our PDE has order two. So in this lecture we discussed only the conditions which we may encounter while finding or while forming a PDE using arbitrary constants. In the next lecture, we'll solve few of the question on formation of PDE. If you are unable to understand any of the step or you want any question to be solved, please write in the chat.